Well, hello everyone. I hope you're having a great day today. Hey, guess what? It's Friday. God's kept us and blessed us another week. Now let's just go ahead and gather our faith around us and let's get ready to go out of here and finish this week strong as we get ready to go into the weekend. Welcome to another edition of Take 5. Well, hey, we are dealing with the subject excellence, promotion, and entitlement. This week, we've been talking about how excellence brings us to promotion. Next week, we're going to jump head first off into entitlement, and it's going to be heavy now. So go ahead and get prayed up and prayed through and do all that stuff you need to do before we get started next week, because I'm telling you, it's going to set on us pretty hard. This week, we subtitled everything that we've been talking about, Excellence and Promotion in Babylon. And we've been looking at Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And we have been allowing Babylon to represent the world and the world systems that we live in and under today. You know, our political system, our economic system, our education system, our vocational system, even the religious systems of our country. That's what we have allowed Babylon to represent today. And we have learned that if we'll just live and serve and obey God with excellence, that God knows how to promote us even in Babylon. As a matter of fact, we've learned that living with excellence brings promotion because God is sovereign even in Babylon. And we've learned that God knows how to sustain us even in Babylon. We also learned that God will use you to make the world around you a better place even in Babylon. And so God's not worried about Babylon. God's not worried about the systems around us. God knows how to bless His people and promote His people right in the middle of the world, regardless of what politics, economy, or anything else is doing. God knows how to do it, but He is waiting on you and me to serve and live with excellence. We represent Him in everything that we do. He's an excellent God, and we should be an excellent representative. I'd like to encourage you to take the time to read the first 6 chapters of Daniel, and you'll find that God used that excellent spirit of Daniel and his 3 friends to bless Babylon, to bless the Israelites, and He also used it to bring promotion to those 4 young men. Now, I want to leave you with 3 things that you can expect to happen. Maybe it's 4 things. 4 things that you can expect to happen when you live and serve with excellence in Babylon. So here they are real quick. 4 things. Number 1, people will take notice of you. When you live and serve with excellence, people will take notice of you, and God will use those people to bring promotion in to your life. Now, Daniel had interpreted dreams for Nebuchadnezzar, and because of his wisdom and because of being able to do that, Nebuchadnezzar loved Daniel and promoted him greatly in Babylon there. Well, after Nebuchadnezzar died, his son Belshazzar became king there. And Belshazzar decided one day to do something real stupid, and he took the vessels that Nebuchadnezzar had brought out of the temple of God in Jerusalem, and he brought them out and decided he'd have a party one day, and he used that, and all of his friends were drinking liquor out of that and all sorts of things. And all of a sudden, over on the plaster of the wall near one of the candlesticks, a hand appeared and started writing on the wall. Now, you can imagine how that'd make you feel if you saw that. Well, it made Belshazzar feel the same way. The Bible said his knees smote together. He was so frightened. None of his men, none of his astronomers, none of his wise men were able to interpret what was said. His mother happened to be close by, and she gave Belshazzar some wisdom. She said, listen, there's a man in your kingdom in whom the Spirit of the Holy God is, and he served your father well, and it would do you well to bring Daniel in and let Daniel interpret this for you, because in Daniel rests an excellent spirit of wisdom and knowledge and understanding. And so the queen mother name dropped Daniel right there, boom, and caused Belshazzar to take notice of him. Listen to me. When you serve God with excellence, regardless of the circumstance, God will cause people to take notice of you. Remember Proverbs 22:29. It says that when a man works with excellence, he'll stand before kings. He will not be before unknown men. And that's exactly what happened. The queen mother took notice of Daniel. She dropped his name, bam, right there in Belshazzar's lap. And Belshazzar brought him in. He interpreted the dream for Belshazzar. Wasn't a good interpretation, by the way, but he interpreted the dream, and Belshazzar promoted Daniel in all of the kingdom. Number one, people will take notice of you. Number two, people will reward and promote you. After Daniel interpreted the dream for Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar promoted him. And then he interpreted a dream for Belshazzar, and Belshazzar promoted him. And immediately after Belshazzar, the kingdom switched into the hands of Darius. Darius saw the spirit of excellence in Daniel too, and he began promoting Daniel with the plan of eventually setting him over the whole realm. So if you'll serve with excellence, people will take notice of you and they will reward and promote you. Number three, you got to know this: some people will try to destroy you. Everybody's not going to be happy that you serve with a spirit of excellence, and everybody's not going to be excited when you begin to be promoted and rewarded. Such was the case with Daniel and his three friends. It happened to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego first when they refused to bow to the image that Nebuchadnezzar had built there. And some of the Chaldeans who were jealous of those three Hebrews came to Nebuchadnezzar and incited fury and rage within him, and got the king to throw those boys into the fiery furnace to make an example out of them. Well, you know the story. They threw them in there, but the fire couldn't burn them because God was in the fire with them there. Because He's not going to ever allow the excellence that you served Him with to bring you into something that He won't bring you through. Well, Nebuchadnezzar brought them out of the fire, and the Bible said he promoted them in the whole land of Babylon. Same thing happened to Daniel, just a little different scenario. Daniel's obedience to God got him thrown in the lion's den, but God sent an angel, shut the lion's mouth, and ended up he was promoted in all of the land of Babylon. And the men that had him thrown in there, the king threw those guys and their whole families in the lion's den as well. When you serve with excellence, friend, everybody's not going to be happy. Some people are going to try to destroy you, but God will stand for you because you stood so excellently for Him. And then the last one, number 4, make sure that God gets all the glory. When you serve with excellence, God always gets the glory when you turn it to Him. It happened with Daniel. It happened with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. It happened under King Nebuchadnezzar. It happened under King Belshazzar. It happened under King Darius. All of those guys, when they saw what God was doing in the life of these 4 young men, they made a declaration in all of the land that God was to be worshiped and God was to be served above all other gods. All of those boys got the promotion, and God always got the glory. Well, hey, I've got to get out of here. It's been good being with you this week. I look forward to being with you next week when we start a brand new series of devotions on Take 5. Till then, God bless you. Have a great weekend, friend. Remember, trust the Lord. He will never fail you.